Shalom, his brother Yashamar'S from the Israelite Report. IsraeliteReport.com. Upon my watch, all praises are definitely due to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh. Peace and blessings to all the brothers spread across the four corners of the earth, pushing the truth and sincerity, those that truly believe in what to get the hell up out of here. Because the men of the Lord want to get the hell up out of here. So anybody that's telling you that this place can go on for several decades, 30, 40, 50 years, they're not a man of the Lord. And they're not watching, and they're damn sure not praying. Okay? Because we want to get the hell up out of here. This place has to go. We cannot continue on. It says the righteous shall scarcely be saved. All right? And it also says, for the elect's sake, shall those days be shortened. That's why time is speeding up. But I want to start off before I rant. I want to start off with Psalms 51 and 14. It says, deliver me from the blood guiltiness, O God, my power, Yahweh. Thou, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh, my salvation, and my tongue shall sing aloud of thy righteousness. O Lord, open thou my lips, and my mouth shall show forth thy praise. For thou desirest not sacrifice, else would I give it. Thou delightest not in burnt offering. The sacrifices of Yahweh are a broken spirit, a broken and contrite heart. O Yahweh, my power, thou wilt not despise. A broken spirit, a broken and a contrite heart, repentant, a repentant heart, coming back to the Lord, repenting for the wrong that we've done in this life and in past lives. Because yes, we were here before, and yes, reincarnation is real. And yes, you have niggas that have a problem with that. But you do err. You do err not knowing the scriptures. Show my DC accent. But yes, we do come back in our lots. That's why the scriptures say that the spirit of the prophet is subject to the prophets. So it's good to be in a state of repentance, constantly checking yourself, and staying in the spirit of prayer. Pray. Pray, pray, pray. Because there's a lot of demons running around out here, man. There's more to it than, I know these breakdowns, I know these scriptures, I know the laws, I know all that. You got guys that are out here that are like that. And I ran into a few. I ran into them. I had one guy that told me Salakia. One guy said he keep every law. I actually ran into someone like that. Had fringes on him at work. Said he kept every law. Now, I'm over here praying that the Lord have mercy, because I know there's no way I can keep every law. Even, in my mind, because you want to, but there's certain situations, there's really nothing you can do. What are you going to do? You're going to tell your boss, the Sabbath coming up, go F yourself. Good luck. Let's see you try. Are you going to go to every woman and ask her, are you on your period? You're going to kick your wife out of your house if she's on her period? No. Especially if you live in the same place. Yashamar'S is that sacrifice. Remember, the Lord wrote the ending from the beginning. He declared the ending from the beginning. He already knew we were going to go off because he wrote that. You got dudes out here that don't believe in Yashamar'S that are still trying to offer up sacrifices, believe it or not. That's a real thing that's really happening right now. Let me get, tell you what, let me get 1 Samuel 15:22. It says, and Samuel said, have the Lord as great delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices. Because there was a time when the Lord did away, he did away with our burnt offerings and our sacrifices because niggas were being wicked as hell. And, you know how Jake is. I'm about to go commit adultery. Let me go ahead and sacrifice, prepare this sacrifice unto the Lord. So he'll forgive me, right? That's Jake. But anyway, before I go on a tangent, 1 Samuel 15:22, it says, and Samuel said, have the Lord as great delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices as in obeying the voice of the Lord. Behold, to obey is better than sacrifice, and to hearken than the fat of rams. Okay? Obedience is better than sacrifice. And that goes back into what I read earlier in Psalms 51. Okay? Again, the 16th verse says, for thou desirest not sacrifice, else would I give it. Thou delightest not in burnt offering. The sacrifices of Yahweh, our power, are a broken spirit. That's why, listen, that's why we're catching hell. So we can turn back to the Lord. So we can lean and depend on the Lord. Remember, he said, I will go into my place until they acknowledge their offense. We offended the Lord. We were wicked as hell. All of us. And we're still wicked. And we still need mercy. We still need to be praying for mercy. That's where we are right now. No, we're not in the kingdom. Niggas marching around with their garments on like we're in the kingdom already. We're not in the kingdom. We're in hell. Needing mercy. Our enemies have overtaken us. Got our women whoring out. You think your woman is with you like that? She at work on her lunch break on her back with her legs wide open for Esau because he's in the power seat. And if you know anything about women, women love men in positions of power. The money is one thing. You want to turn a woman on? Show her that you're in a position of power. That turns her on. show her you can get things done, that turns her on. So we can't even really rule over our women the way we're supposed to. We need mercy. We ourselves are in a bad spot. That's why I said, for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. For the elect's sake. It says the sacrifices of Yahweh are a broken spirit, a broken and a contrite heart. O Yahweh, our power, thou wilt not despise. Through the blood of Yahweh, we have our way back to the Heavenly Father, who did say he turned his back on us. He went into his place, turned his back on us. But through the blood of Yahweh, we have a way back. And that's not something to scoff at or make light of, if I'm saying that correctly. That's something we should embrace, acknowledge, and take full advantage of. And with all the craziness, the madness, everything that's going on in the world, time is short. Now, I want to talk about this. I know you're going to say, Yashamar, you late. Everybody already talked about it. Well, y'all don't know the hell that I go through on a daily basis. I just take shit on the chin and keep moving. I got this from the Washington Examiner. It says Trump threatens to federalize D.C. after Doge staffer Big Balls was assaulted. They named this guy Big Balls. And this is this bullshit-ass story. Matter of fact, let me just get into it before I rant. It says President Donald Trump said Tuesday that he would federalize control of Washington, D.C. if local youth, the youth, aren't prosecuted as adults. It says the statement came after former Doge staffer Edward Korestein, known as Big Balls, that's what they called him. They nicknamed him. And this shows you this is all staged and fake and fucking phony. I get so tired of this staged false flags and these staged events. It's so annoying at this point. But anyway, it says Edward Korestein, known as Big Balls, was reportedly beaten by a group of juveniles over the weekend. And this has made the news. Apparently, a group of, I guess they were young black men, assaulted this woman. I believe they carjacked her or tried to. And this hero, Edward Korestein, I guess he got involved and tried to stop them from, the theft or, carjacking. And he was assaulted and beat half to death. And now, they nicknamed him Big Balls. And, this has been plastered all over social media and has made the mainstream media. But I'm going to show you why I'm talking about this. It says Trump has previously condemned the districts, meaning Washington, D.C. When they say the district, they're talking about Washington, D.C., Trump has previously condemned the district's crime and homelessness conditions and called on its leaders to do better. Now, remember, last week I was speaking on Trump talking about removing the homeless and the mentally ill. And putting them in facilities or whatever. So you can see that this is a false flag. It's a staged event. I'm going to get into it. It says here in the article, while the federal government already has some control over Washington because D.C. is not a state. People forget that. If you look at the map, D.C. is just a little spot on the map. You can't even see D.C. on a map of the United States of America. There is no state of Washington, D.C. They just took some land from Maryland and Virginia and said, this is the nation's capital, right in the middle of the East Coast. And they did that on purpose, by the way. It says, while the federal government already has some control over Washington, Mayor Muriel Bowser and the Council of the District of Columbia control most local affairs. And what Trump wants to do is he wants to take that away. And they're going to start with D.C., and I guarantee you, if, who knows, Trump, his administration have their way, they're going to make their way out to California, New York, different places. Anyway, it says here in a quote, crime in Washington, D.C. is totally out of control. Local youths and gang members, some only 14, 15, and 16 years old, are randomly attacking, mugging, maiming, and shooting innocent citizens. Slovakia. It says at the same time, knowing that they will be almost immediately released, and that's what Trump said. He wrote that on Truth Social. It says here in another quote, they are not afraid of law enforcement because they know nothing ever happens to them, but it's going to happen now. End quote. Remember I kept saying these smash and grabs, these flash mobs, the Biden administration allowing people to just break into people's homes. Remember they had this thing where the police wouldn't even respond. Remember? Yeah. Unless someone was getting killed. That was going on for, a period of time during the Biden administration. If you were just stealing, if someone was just stealing something from the store, the police wouldn't even respond. They did that on purpose. So now Trump is coming with the hammer and saying we got to do something about this. Order out of chaos. Problem, reaction, solution. This is what this is. It says here in the article from the Washington Examiner, it's unclear who Trump wants to prosecute, specifically among teenagers. We know that now they're getting ready to come after the Southern Kingdom. Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. Remember, they've already come at the Northern Kingdom. These mass deportations. Remember, Trump was talking about during this campaign, we got to get rid of these. We got to get rid of these violent, illegal immigrants. And then it turned into ICE going after those that had legal status in America. Student visas. People with student visas. And they didn't go after the Europeans or the Chinese. No, they went strictly after the Mexicans, the Venezuelans, the El Salvadorians. But yet you got niggas talking about those on our people. You got monkey fucking niggers talking about those on our people. The 12 tribe chart is not real. It's fake. It's false. So why are they so hell-bent on attacking the Latinos? Answer it, nigga. Fucking answer it. They don't have an answer. Why are they attacking Mexicans? Why didn't they attack the Chinese? When do you hear about Chinese people being deported? They're here on student visas, working visas. A nigga gets silent when it comes to that. But when it comes to the so-called blacks, Native Americans, and the so-called Latinos, there's always hatred from Esau, the so-called white man. And I've been in rooms where I've heard these Edomites talking about the Latinos, and you should hear the shit that they say. Anyway, back to the article. It says, the district appears to have a youth crime problem, with more than 500 people under age 18 being arrested for violent crimes in the city in 2023. See, they're going back to the issue at hand, right? The issue that was really before Trump got back in the White House. And it says here in the article, Trump also posted a picture of a bloodied man who Elon Musk implied was a Department of Government Efficiency employee, alongside his words, noting the incredible young man was beaten mercilessly by local thugs. Excuse me, Salakia, I got cut off. But no, yeah, they're talking about these local thugs. And this guy, Dabu 7, I know y'all know who Dabu 7 is. He was pretty much saying this is order out of chaos because, you know, he could see through the lies, and he understands the play and what's going on right now. And he was basically saying this, yeah, this is order out of chaos. They're setting this up as an excuse to not only federalize D.C., but to snatch these young kids up, you know, 14, 15, 16. That's why, you know, these niggas that are saying that there's no Jacob's trouble coming, you motherfuckers on crack. You out of your goddamn mind. Who do you think they're going to target? And then I was looking at responses on Twitter X, and even on YouTube under Dabu 7's video, and you had a lot of white people, a lot of Edomites saying it's the usual suspects. The usual suspects. You know who they are. So even though Dabu 7 was pointing out the fact that this is more than likely a staged event, They don't care. Because most people that watch Dabu 7, they're somewhat awakened. They somewhat understand that there's a New World Order agenda and that they create these staged events, these false flags. But they don't care as long as they're attacking Jake. You get what I'm saying? So Esau is not going to be merciful. He's not going to say, oh, you know, the powers that be are staging these events with so-called black people attacking so-called white people, and that's why this is happening. No, they're going to say, good. It's about time we got these niggas. The accuser of thy brethren. Yeah, the devil's coming down with great wrath. Satan is coming down with great wrath. And he's looking to bound you. Zechariah 1:15, it says, and I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease. Because right now the white man is sitting behind a keyboard at ease, seeing the trouble, the beginnings of Jacob's trouble, the rounding up of the northern kingdom, the so-called natives and Latinos, and he's laughing, talking shit. Oh, and I've seen it on TikTok, on X, throughout social media. Fox News put out a breaking news. They show ICE grabbing up working Latino men, and they'll post, you know, these white crackers, these devils, they'll post up, good, this is what I voted for. That's what they put up. Now, of course, the left is, you know, the Democrats, they're, you know, posting up stuff, you know, Donald Trump is a tyrant and stuff like that. But the right wing, they're posting up stuff like, good, this is what I voted for. They're happy that these people are being rounded up and sent off to God knows where. Okay? So when they do the same thing to the young black man who's their target now, and things are going to kick up in 2026, by the way. It's going to get real crazy. Zechariah 1:15 says, and I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease, for I was but a little displeased, and they helped forward the affliction. So the Lord is going to deal with them. We shouldn't be taking up arms and marching like ISUBK, going to the goddamn gun range and showing how much weaponry we have. Fuck you. I've been in the military. I'm not impressed by that shit. I only bring out this you know, the military stories, and it's only to kind of give a little bit of insight and understanding as to what you're really dealing with. You need divine intervention. I've been around skinheads. I was in Idaho. I wasn't in no fucking New Jersey somewhere. I was stationed in Idaho. Do you know what it's like to be a black man stationed in Idaho? You got crackers around you proudly displaying the Confederate flag. Sometimes they'll just say nigger right out there in the open. They don't give a shit. That's their land. That's their part of the country. They don't give a fuck. And me trying to explain the best way that I can how these devils really feel about you. They hate you more than you can even imagine. It's much worse than what you think. And that goes for all the tribes. All the tribes. They hate you. I've heard them talk shit about black people, Latino people, and so-called Native American. I've heard it with my own ears. Long before I came into the truth. Long before I even knew anything about being an Israelite. When I was just a so-called black man. I heard this shit. And Yahweh Yashamar'S is my witness. If you don't believe me, fuck you. I'm not fucking lying. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and stay in the book of Zechariah 11:4. It says, thus saith the Lord, my power, Yahweh Yashamar'S, feed the flock of the slaughter, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. What's going to happen, and in this time of Jacob's trouble, Esau is not going to sit here and go, oh, we did these niggas wrong. We locked up some innocent 14, 15-year-old black kids. No, they don't give a fuck about you. They look at you as like a goddamn animal. You have to think how this cracker thinks. You're just a nigger and a monkey to them. You're not human to them. Fifth verse again, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty, and they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not. Right now, we're under the curses. So Esau feels that he can roll up on us. He feel like he can do whatever he want to do because we're still under the curses. Our power is not dealing with us like that. He's dealing with the men of the Lord, those that truly seek him and are asking for mercy, praying for mercy. He's dealing with his elect. But as a whole, as a whole nation, the Lord ain't dealing with us like that. So 2/3 of our people are just running out here wilding, losing their goddamn mind, doing stupid shit. And then you got 2/3 that are calling themselves Israelites, calling themselves being in the truth, just doing stupid fucking shit. Why the fuck are you at the goddamn gun range? Letting Esau know that you got weapons. Why? So he can deal with you on a carnal level? That's where Esau wants you. You ain't going to take over Esau with carnal means. We need divine intervention from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh. And you goddamn right, I said the name. You fucking niggas, you won't say the name. Fuck you. This fucking nigga Nate made mockery of the name. I'll never forget that shit, man. Fuck you. When I first learned that I was an Israelite, the first thing I found out was the name of Yahweh Shah. So yeah, it means something to me. Let me settle down, man. Shit pisses me off. I'm tired of this fucking place, man. Fuck this goddamn. I hate this goddamn place. Let me settle down. Let me get I didn't even know I was gonna go here. Let me get Deuteronomy 28:64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people, from the one end of the earth even unto the other. And our people got scattered, man, among all these heathen nations, man. And they took full advantage of us. And even here in the United States of America, across the Americas, they're taking full advantage of our people. And our people keep bootlicking and kissing their asses. And they hate you. Deuteronomy 28:64, and the Lord shall scatter thee among all people, from the one end of the earth even unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. And among these nations shalt thou find no ease. And our people keep looking to their enemies for help. Woe unto them that go down to Egypt for help. The Egyptians are men. They're not God. The modern day Egypt is the United States of America. I'm in D.C. They got the fucking obelisk. The Washington Monument. I hate that fucking thing. I can't wait to the day that shit get blown up, man. Anyway, and among these nations thou shalt find no ease, neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest. We're working constantly, man. Our people are at the bottom. Our women, as stupid as they are right now, are still looking for the white man for help. As much as the white man has shown you black women that he don't give a fuck about you, that you can be replaced, they're still, well, I know I got my master's degree and I went to school for such and such and such, and I know I'm qualified. You're not fucking qualified. You're not white. They don't give a fuck about you. Matter of fact, they don't give a fuck about their own goddamn people. The white man's about to be replaced. What makes you think you niggas are safe? They replacing everything with AI, artificial intelligence, and here it is, right now in 2025, you fucking niggas are still talking about we gotta build generational wealth. Are you fucking retarded? I didn't even cover half the things I wanted to cover. I guess this was just built up in me, man. I can't help it. I'm sorry. Salaki. And among these nations shalt thou find no ease, neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest. You're not going to have it easy here. There's no rest in here. There's no solution other than the biblical solution, which is coming back to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. That's it. Everything else is bullshit. This world is bullshit. Social media is bullshit. Mainstream media is bullshit. Your job is bullshit. Your bank account is bullshit. Your rappers, bullshit. Your singers, your R&B stars, bullshit. They all get taken down one by one. Michael Jackson killed. R. Kelly in jail. Lil Durk in jail. Eazy-E dead. Tupac dead. Biggie dead. And most of that is orchestrated by the small hats. There's no rest in here, man. We got to get the hell up out of here. And among these nations shalt thou find no ease. Like, man, god damn, Jake is retarded. Neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest, but the Lord shall give thee there a trembling heart and failing of eyes and sorrow of mind. And I'm telling you right now, man, I'm so tired of this goddamn place. I'm so sick of this goddamn place. I can't even calm down. I'm trying. 1 Kings 9:9, it says, because they forsook the word of the Lord, their power, their God, right, Yahweh, and took hold upon other gods and worshiped them. Therefore hath the Lord brought upon them all this evil. Okay? So, if we're going through these things, and I'm telling you, I had something else covered, and I just couldn't get to it. So just be mad at me this week. I'm just not in the mood. I just get tired of this shit. And I guess it's just been building up. Because you got niggas like that, what's this guy? Anton Daniels. You know, he talks shit about the Israelites, and he's over here trying to give solutions, and he talks about the black woman a lot. And that's cute. That's cool and all, but nigga, that ain't it. It's more to this shit than just talking shit about the black woman. Black woman, first of all, women, period. You understand women. I was taught this as a young age. At a young age, I was taught this from my father. Because my father was really that, he was really that dude. Women respect men in positions of power. So I don't really trip off that like that. Like, I understand. Like, they, you know, hypergamy, they're going to go to where they feel, you know, the man, you know, the man that's most powerful, they'll go there. That's why Beyonce's with Jay-Z. There's no other reason. But it's more to it than that. There's prophecy being fulfilled right in front of you. And niggas is online arguing about dating. Now, a nigga can get stupid and say, well, nigga, you got a woman, so it ain't your problem. You ain't going through, fuck you. I go through shit too. I go through shit with my woman. But I lean on the Lord. I believe in Yahweh Yashamar'S. I really believe in that. I don't have a choice. Because if I was to really go into my shit and my situations, a lot of you wouldn't even believe it. That's why I don't talk about it. But these people are not telling you what's coming. They're not preparing you. All these social media influencers, they're not telling you what's coming. They can't. It wasn't given to them. Okay? I'm just going to go ahead and get this. This is James 2:5. It says, hearken, my beloved brethren, have not Yahweh Yashamar'S chosen the poor of this world rich in faith? Because these social media influencers, They're giving you this lifestyle, this lavish lifestyle, and oh, you can make it in America. Yeah, you can make it in America by bending over a table and taking it up the ass by Esau, by selling your soul. But the Lord's men are against this world. You can't be in favor of this world and be a man of the Lord. It doesn't work that way. Hearken, my beloved brethren, have not Yashamar'S chosen the poor of this world, rich in faith. The just shall live by his faith. And I guess I'm just, every week I'm going to talk about faith. Yeah, that's really all I got. I'm not struggling at all. I had, some people ask me, brother, do you want, and I shouldn't even be, but, some people say, brother, can we donate? And I'm like, no. I'm okay. I'm good. The Lord has blessed me. You can send up a prayer for me. I appreciate that more than anything. Pray for me. I'm not one of these charlatans out here. I'm not one of these niggas that are sitting up here trying to, I'm not trying to be that guy. I don't give a shit. I lived my life already. I said it before, I'll say it again. And it's kind of effed up, but real talk, like if something happened to me and I leave this bitch, I leave this world, so the fuck what, man? I'll go back to the spiritual realm, man. The hell with this goddamn place. I'm not looking to be somebody that this world looks up to. Again, I'm sorry, Salakia. James 2:5, hearken, my beloved brethren, have not Yashamar'S chosen the poor of this world, rich in faith, and heirs of the kingdom, which he hath promised to them that love him. And that's a promise that we have to believe in. That we're going to be joint heirs. That the Lord promised us the kingdom. The saints shall take the kingdom. Right? We have to believe that the kingdom is coming. Because this current world that we're living in, this is not our rest. That's why I brought it out. I guess that's why the Spirit had me bring it out in the middle of my ranting and me not even bringing out half of the information that I planned on bringing out. I got one article and just got pissed the fuck off. Because you have so many so-called leaders in Israel that aren't telling people that the time of Jacob's trouble is coming. We're right here. Esau is literally telling you we're coming after you. And niggas is digging up their fucking nose, chewing bubble gum, talking about, I don't see no Jacob trouble. I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, this week, I guess I just went on a rant. And I'll try to do better next time. Anyway, with that being said, shalom.